What is up, guys? And Mikey31 here. Madden 20. Some Ultimate Team here. These are some weekend league games. Don't worry, guys. I have not abandoned the regs train. Regs will be resuming very, very shortly. But anyway, played some weekend league this weekend. Only got through 10 games. I just could not stomach any more than that. And here's the squad here. 84 overall. Not the greatest in the world. In weekend league, you got the goons. The games are just so stressful, and you're playing against, stack teams a lot of the times, and meta warrior tactics. It's just a lot to handle. But if you step up to the plate, you got to manage. And there's Wayne Chrebet there, you see, as my slot receiver. You knew that was going to happen. And he's not the sexiest name in the world, but he's not too shabby. You got a slot-o-matic ability there, active. And he does a good job. I'm going to do a little comparison here, side by side with Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison's a little bit faster, but Wayne can catch the ball in traffic pretty nicely. He can run those short routes, and with that slot-o-matic ability, he can get really nice, sharp cuts on those underneath routes and good possession and rack catch animations. Also have Tyreek Hill on the outside. Offensive line is kind of You got Alex Mack there, a theme builder. I got a couple of theme builders on my team. Here's side by side. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not the flashiest guy in the face of the earth. He doesn't have great deep route running, but I'm not going to send him on those kind of routes very often, if at all. If I do, they're going to be basically to attack down the seams versus zone coverage. See Jim Brown there. Christian McCaffrey gets the bulk of the carries. Christian McCaffrey, he's always going to be my Madden back, and this year's no different. Just got to get him up a little bit more. I only have his 85 power up, and I can get more training and boost that a little bit. But you see defensively, I got Kenny Houston and Shazier and a bunch of cheap, fast guys at outside backer. LaMarcus Joyner, I did his theme builder. Fletcher Cox is power up to 88. I need another defensive tackle. As you see, Deacon Jones is forced into that spot also. Dwight Freeney and Marcus Lawrence. Corners are not too shabby. I mean, they're okay. Gilmore's pretty good still. McCourty is kind of Lattimore is I can stand to upgrade, but when you're no money spent, you gotta grind for these things. And just make do with what you got. So, anyhow, we hit the weekend league streets. This guy was, for the most part, a meta player. More so on defense. On defense you're going to be getting, if you're playing as meta guys, going to be getting a lot of 3-4 pinch 0 blitzes and mid blitzes and all that. And as annoying as it is, you just got to be ready for it. Your opponent's not going to care about your feelings. They're going to do what they feel like gives them the easiest path of resistance and the best chance to win. As you see, he's going to work here with Marcus Allen. And you saw he came out in trade tight end. Now he's in bunch tight end. Standard fare. I try to play some man coverage there, but don't quite hold up. That's a pretty good man coverage down in distance as far as how I play. And here he has nowhere to go. DeMarcus Lawrence is coming in. Dwight Freeney was not too far behind. He just has to throw it up. So 3rd and long. We're in 3-man lock, and here comes Mr. Freeney. Let's go. Let's go. So 4th and long. He goes empty, and we're going to be in press quarters here. And prove it to me. Show me what you got route combo wise. We hold pretty well. 50-50 ball down the seams. We get the user swat and turnover on down. So out of the spread playbook, and here comes the all-out blitzing. Get Christian McCaffrey out there and make a guy miss. And you gotta get guys out of it. He just did a good job of undercutting that route. Trying to run a slot curl, and he just beat me to it. So fine, good user play. Just tip your hat and move on. Just gotta play D again. That's all. And with those guys who do that heavy blitzing, they're going to keep on doing it until you do something about it. And what ends up happening, as that somehow got through, I did not animate, but what ends up happening is that once you do show that you're comfortable against it, one of a few things tend to happen. One, they'll either rage quit because they don't have anything else that they feel comfortable doing. Two, they'll play man coverage as he blitzes the barn again, and Marvin Harrison, that time I throw the curl outside, he gets it and makes a guy miss, and that's a dangerous zero blitzing. Miss a tackle and it's a touchdown. But yeah, they'll either eject, they'll either go to two-man under, or they'll play country cover 3, which you can carve up. So once you show you can handle that stuff, it gets a lot easier as far as attacking what they want to do, because they don't really have much of a plan B. There I tried to bait him to throw a corner, but he doesn't take the bait and he goes up the seam. Just a little bit of a gamble there by me, and here's one of the reasons why I don't play a whole heck of a lot of cover 2 these days. That's just awful all the way across the board. I'll be talking about cover 2 very, very soon, and the litany of issues with that. But anyway, tie game, Jim Brown. If only Jim Brown had some speed, but he doesn't. So what could have been a touchdown is just a pretty nice run, and I had the square end coming in open, just didn't have quite enough time as Aaron Donald gets me. So 3rd and long, as you can see here, he's not blitzing anymore, and that should have been a touchdown. I had separation, I clicked on to run underneath the ball, and we got an old Madden DB warp. You don't see those nearly as much as you used to in the past, but that time it reared its ugly head and denied me of a touchdown, so that irritated me. Deep comeback, you see how he's stopped blitzing and is now running just straight man, so now I gotta prove that I can beat that, and so far so good. So inside zone, again running out of the spread playbook, just convert the first down and get it over with. So now, as you see, we've gotten him out of just crazy zero blitz, pinch blitz mode. Then he went to straight man coverage. We showed we can attack that. Now he's just calling just random zones. He's in cover 2, freelancing over the middle. He jumps number 3 vertical. We go right down the seam to number 2, and we're up 14-7. And just as predicted, now he's going to be in country cover 3 and mixing in, over the top and taking his guys out of their redirects, and we can attack that. So it's the same cycle with these guys over and over again. They all play, I shouldn't say all, but most of these guys, they play exactly the same if they're relying on meta stuff and you know how to attack it, and you force them to think outside of just common meta tactics. So 14-7, just got to hang on and play some D. Now he's going empty, and we're not really changing our cover scheme very much. He hasn't really shown much in the way of creativity that would make me have to jump out of it. Here we're going to be playing some Cloud, I believe. And we missed that, but Kenny Houston's there too. Just ring that guy's bell. Jeez. So now he's on the march here. We got to tighten up a little bit. Gonna jump to some cover 2 here, change the picture on him, and he's very lucky that that was not accurate, or I would have picked 6 that. So anyhow, here comes Freeney. We're playing contains. We play some manual man-to-man coverage. We bump the hell out of the tight end, and we get the user pick, so we're in good shape here. And now we're going to go over the top to Tyreek Hill. We beat Stephon Gilmore, and we're going to house this puppy. So that will be that for him. He's going to eject after this, and, we get out of this game. So anyhow, on to the next one. I don't know how guys consistently play 25 games a weekend league every single weekend. Some guys play more. Some guys play 25 games on multiple accounts and play them all. So that's like, 50 games a weekend. How? I mean, ask yourself this. Have you ever heard someone say after a weekend league, man, those were a really fun 25 or 50 games. I had a great time playing those. No. Weekend league is a friggin' hellish grind. All the games are friggin' stressful as hell. And you're just trying to will yourself through it. I keep on saying, and more people are starting to believe it. I mean, it hasn't been old news, but once again, Regs Madden is the best Madden. The game just plays so much better when you don't have all these juiced up players all over the field. Wayne Chrebet over the middle. Let's go, Wayne. In retrospect, I had the tight end on the seam too, but he was blitzing pretty heavy. So I just had to get the ball out quick, and Wayne was the first guy how I saw. Little motion RPO action. Actually, that's a motion swing, and we get Christian McCaffrey down to the 1 yard line. So we're going to go a little motion touch pass here, and Tyreek Hill scores easily. So we're up 7-0, and here's I close. He's going to run toss, and we over pursue that. When we get clicked off, or I click off, I didn't mean to do that, and have Ryan Shazier go into a freaking spaz. I don't know what that was all about, but anyhow, once I clicked back on him, he began to run again, but it was far too late. So tie ball game. We hit Wayne Chrebet down the seam. Again, once you do your once you shade over the top or underneath, you lose that reroute and the seam gets open. Do a little playmaker with Marvin Harrison. Zone read, get a give read. McCaffrey doing some good things. Kind of got overly jukey there. Got to watch out for fumbles. Certainly cannot afford to turn the ball over down here. And again, the blitz, and that time I just hit the seam really quick and touchdown. So it's 14-7. Let's not allow any more miracles. He tries to run. It looks like he tried to run some type of fake screen wheel. No. Straight out of Madden, 18 and 19. That ain't gonna cut it. Pick there. Not quite sure what he was trying to accomplish. So we're in good shape here. The key here is to be aggressive, but don't be stupid. I mean, what you need to do is just secure the multiple possession lead at all costs. Didn't really have anything there, so we just throw it away. So we kick the field goal. We're up 17-7 with ball, so that's big. Hit the angle route with McCaffrey, cover it up. We get detonated, but we hang on. Christian McCaffrey playing like a champ, eating some hits. Nice little swing to Chrebet, and that juke move takes out 2 defenders, and Wayne is gonna house it. Let's go, Wayne Chrebet. So 24-7, and he's still gonna be persistent with this. We're there. Nothing going. Tries to run the dive. Gets a little success there. 24-7 game, and you're still trying to run that. I mean, that's just the state of Madden. But Jason McCourty there is Johnny on the spot and gets the INT and steals that sucker. Dude did not complete a pass. That's really, really tough to do in this game. I don't even know how that's possible. But anyhow, next game, he's got some goons there. Odell, DeAndre Hopkins. He has Todd Gurley, and he's also going to have a friggin' Bo Jackson. So, yeah. And again, the more you play, the more of these squads you're going to find that are loaded to the hilt, and you just got to be ready for it. And sometimes you just run into games where there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do. You're just way too outmatched, but you can only control what you can control. In games like that, just try to hang in there for as long as you can, make good reads, try to make good decisions, and if the other team has substantially more talent than you have, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't control that, and you just gotta focus on what you can. Here he's going to start running some Todd Gurley action. Todd Gurley again. That time we get him in the backfield for a minimal gain. He actually fell forward for a yard, and here's Bo Jackson, and he tries to hit the angle route there. And what's going to end up happening, he's going to go through that a few times and catch me. Bo is so much faster than the guy who I have in the quarter flat who's going to have him, because again, in quarters, number 2 week, that quarter flat gets him man-to-man. So I came off with the guy I should have been covering to help out and give up the gain to that guy, and then, Bo smokes him on the wheel. So I got to find an answer to that, because he's going to keep on doing that until I do. So anyhow, we're down 7-0 and got to answer. Attacking the sideline. He's not showing me a lot of heavy blitzes yet. He's just playing coverage. So we're able to get into a nice little rhythm early. He's one of these, cover 3, shade underneath, shade over the top type of guys. So That's going to dictate what on the sideline is open and what is going to be open underneath the seams. A little 2x2 spot concept there, one of my favorite stock concepts in the entire game. Got an easy RPO look. That's one of the great things about the spread playbook. You got a whole choice of RPO options. The bad thing about the spread playbook is it's kind of big. It's got a lot of formations, but there's only, I would say, maybe a half dozen to maybe 10 or 12 formations at the very most that I go to out of it, and the ones that I go to have good RPOs. It makes no point to run a spread offense and not have good RPOs to make use of. Anyway, he scored on that same concept, but he got Torrey Holt there behind my corner, so 14-7 again. Got to answer, and we're marching again. He's not really doing much to change the picture for me on defense. I've gotten a good read on what he's doing. Now he's jumping down man coverage, and Kittle beats that. So 14-14. Here's Bo again. Gonna play some cover 2 here. Jeez, he almost popped out. And he's being persistent. He's going to keep on running it, and try to get his route combos off of that angle route. But here, like I said, change the picture on them. If they have a good read on what you're doing, or they prove that they can beat what you're doing or trying to establish as your base in passing situations or run situations for that matter, you got to do something else. There I showed single high. He probably thought I was in cover 3. I was actually in cover 2 sink, but that look was enough to force him into something dumb, which he ended up doing. So we get the ball back, we chain together a couple of first downs, and the kick is going to be up and good. So there you go. You win that one at the gun. And after that game was my 10th. I said, you know what? I'm going to pack it in. I ain't going to play no mo. I want to take a little bit of a break and call it a day. That's my record after 10 games. Hope you guys enjoy. Talk to you all later. Peace.